Don't spend that quarter yet. Some Washington and state quarters are worth hundreds, or even thousands, because of rare dates, errors, and collectible editions. Check your change now. You might be sitting on hidden treasure. The 1965 U.S. Washington quarter dollar occupies a very special place in American numismatic history. This was not just another year of minting coins. It was a year of dramatic change, uncertainty, and quiet mistakes that would later turn ordinary-looking quarters into some of the most talked-about error coins in the collector world. At first glance, a 1965 Washington quarter may seem common, something many people have handled without a second thought. But hidden among these coins are rare error varieties that have stunned collectors, surprised dealers, and sold for astonishing prices ranging from $74,350 to as high as $171,600. Depending on condition and the type of error involved. The year 1965 marked the first time the United States Mint removed silver from circulating quarters. Rising silver prices had made silver coinage too expensive to produce, forcing the mint to shift to a copper-nickel-clad composition. This massive transition created pressure inside minting facilities, where speed often took priority over perfection. As new materials, new machinery adjustments, and rushed production came together, mistakes slipped through, mistakes that would later define the legacy of the 1965 Washington quarter error coins. One of the most valuable and sought-after errors from this year involves quarters mistakenly struck on silver planchets intended for earlier issues. These transitional errors occurred when leftover silver blanks from 1964 were accidentally fed into the presses meant for the new copper-nickel quarters. The result was a 1965 dated quarter with the silver composition it was never supposed to have. These coins can often be identified by their weight, sound, and edge appearance, but authentic examples are extremely rare. When confirmed and graded, such pieces have commanded prices well into six figures, with exceptional specimens reaching values near $171,600 at major auctions. Another major category of valuable errors includes off-center strikes. In these cases, the planchet was not properly aligned during the striking process, causing part of the design to be missing. While minor off-center errors are collectible, dramatic examples showing a clear date and a large blank area are the ones that truly excite collectors. High-grade off-center 1965 Washington quarters have sold for tens of thousands of dollars, especially when paired with strong eye appeal and minimal circulation wear. Collectors also actively search for double die errors on the 1965 quarter. These occur when the die used to strike the coin received a misaligned impression during its creation, resulting in doubled lettering or design elements. Doubling may be visible in Liberty, In God We Trust, or in Washington's profile itself. Genuine double die quarters from 1965 are extremely scarce, and when the doubling is bold and clearly visible without magnification, the value can climb rapidly. Some certified examples have crossed the $100,000 mark under the right market conditions. Another fascinating error variety involves clipped planchets, where a portion of the coin is missing due to improper cutting of the metal strip before striking. While clipped planchets exist for many dates, 1965 examples are especially desirable because of the historical transition year. The combination of mint chaos and material change makes these errors far more intriguing to collectors. Larger, clean clips with full date visibility significantly increase desirability and price. Then there are wrong metal errors, which remain among the most mysterious and valuable mistakes. Some 1965 quarters were reportedly struck on planchets intended for foreign coins or other denominations. These errors often require advanced testing and professional authentication, but once confirmed, they become elite pieces in any collection. Values for such coins can start in the high five figures and escalate quickly, sometimes landing within the $74,350 to $171,600 range depending on rarity and condition. Condition plays a massive role in determining value. A circulated error coin may still be valuable, but mint state examples are where prices truly explode. Coins with sharp details, strong luster, and minimal marks consistently outperform lower-grade counterparts. Professional grading by major services not only confirms authenticity but also protects long-term value, making graded error coins far more desirable at auction. The story of the 1965 Washington quarter error coin is not just about money. It's about timing, history, and human imperfection. These coins were born during a pivotal moment in U.S. minting history, when the pressure to adapt created opportunities for mistakes that would later become treasures. Each error tells a silent story of rushed production lines, leftover materials, and unnoticed anomalies that slipped into circulation. Many of these coins went unnoticed for years, sitting in jars, drawers, and pocket change collections. Some were spent, some were saved accidentally, and only a few were recognized for what they truly were. Today, those fortunate discoveries serve as reminders that extraordinary value can exist in the most ordinary places. For collectors, the 1965 Washington quarter-error coin represents the perfect storm. A historic year, a major composition change, and a variety of rare and dramatic errors. Whether it's a silver planchet strike, a bold double die, or a stunning off-center example, these coins continue to command attention and high prices in the numismatic market. As interest in error coins continues to grow, the demand for authentic, high-quality examples shows no sign of slowing. Auction records keep climbing, and collectors remain eager to secure these rare pieces of American minting history. With documented sales ranging from $74,350 to $171,600, the 1965 Washington quarter-error coin stands as one of the most compelling reminders that even modern-era coins can hold extraordinary value when history and error collide. And somewhere, perhaps still undiscovered, another 1965 Washington quarter-error may be waiting, quietly holding a story worth a fortune. The 1974 U.S. Washington quarter dollar is often overlooked at first glance, blended into the massive number of quarters produced during while the United States Mint was operating at high speed to meet everyday circulation demands. Yet hidden within this seemingly ordinary year lies a remarkable collection of error coins that have captured the attention of collectors, historians, and investors alike. These error quarters are not only valuable because of their rarity, but also because they represent a moment in minting history when pressure, volume, and human imperfection quietly intersected. By 1974, the Denver Mint was producing millions of Washington quarters annually. The copper-nickel-clad composition had been in place for several years, and the minting process was considered well established. However, high production volumes often increased the likelihood of errors, and the 1974 quarter is a prime example of how even a mature system can produce extraordinary mistakes. Some of these errors remained undiscovered for years, circulating freely before being recognized for what they truly were. One of the most valuable and sought-after errors associated with the 1974 Washington quarter is the off-metal strike. These errors occurred when a quarter was struck on a planchet intended for another denomination or, in rare cases, on a foreign coin blank. The resulting coin often has incorrect weight, thickness, and color, immediately setting it apart from normal quarters. Once authenticated, these off-metal errors become elite collectibles. High-grade examples have sold for prices exceeding $100,000, with particularly rare confirmed specimens approaching $149,350 at auction. Another highly collectible error from this issue is the off-center strike. This happens when the planchet is not properly aligned between the dies during striking, causing part of the design to be missing. The value of off-center errors depends heavily on how much of the design remains visible. Coins that show a clear date and mint mark while missing a significant portion of the design are the most desirable. Dramatic off-center 1974 quarters in strong condition have commanded prices well into the five-figure range, and exceptional examples continue to climb in value as collector demand grows. The 1974 Washington quarter is also known for rare double die errors, which occur during the die creation process. When the die receives more than one misaligned impression, certain design elements appear doubled on the finished coin. On authentic examples, doubling can be seen in Washington's profile, the lettering in Liberty, or the motto "In God We Trust." These double die quarters are extremely scarce, especially those with bold, clearly visible doubling. Certified specimens have sold for impressive amounts, with some reaching well beyond $66,500, depending on condition and strength of the doubling. Another fascinating category involves clipped planchet errors. These occur when the metal strip from which planchets are cut is improperly fed into the cutting machine, resulting in coins missing a curved or straight section. While clipped planchets exist across many years, 1974 examples with large, clean clips and strong detail are particularly desirable. When paired with minimal wear and professional certification, These errors can command strong prices and remain highly liquid in the collector market. Among the most dramatic and visually striking errors are broad-strike quarters. These coins were struck without the retaining collar that normally gives a coin its reeded edge. As a result, the metal spreads outward during striking, creating a wider-than-normal coin with distorted details. Broad-strike errors from the 1974 D issue are popular because they are easy to recognize and visually impressive. High-grade examples with strong detail have sold for substantial sums, especially when paired with other anomalies. Condition plays a crucial role in determining the final value of any 1974 D Washington quarter error coin. Coins that have avoided heavy circulation retain sharper details, stronger luster, and fewer surface marks. Mint state examples are especially prized, and when combined with rare error types, values can escalate rapidly. Professional grading by reputable services not only confirms authenticity but also provides confidence to buyers, significantly enhancing market value. The historical context of the 1974 D quarter adds another layer of intrigue. This was a period marked by economic uncertainty, inflation concerns, and increased demand for circulating coinage. The Denver Mint was under constant pressure to maintain output, and this environment created opportunities for mistakes to pass unnoticed. Each error coin from this year serves as a tangible reminder of that high-pressure production environment. What makes the 1974 D Washington quarter error coins particularly compelling is how easily they could have been ignored. Many of these coins entered circulation unnoticed, spent in everyday transactions, or stored away without any recognition of their rarity. Some were only discovered decades later, when collectors began paying closer attention to weight, strike quality, and subtle design anomalies. Today, these coins are among the most talked about error quarters of the modern era. Auction records show consistent demand, and prices continue to reflect strong collector interest. With documented values ranging from $66,500 to $149,350, the 1974 D Washington quarter error coin has firmly established itself as a serious contender in the high-end error coin market. Collectors are drawn not only to the potential financial value, but also to the story each coin tells. Every error represents a unique moment when the minting process deviated from perfection, creating a one-of-a-kind artifact. These coins are not just currency. They are physical records of history, preserved in metal. As awareness of error coins continues to grow, the spotlight on dates like 1974 D grows brighter. More collectors are examining their coins carefully, hoping to uncover hidden anomalies that may have gone unnoticed for years. While discoveries are rare, they are not impossible, and the allure of finding a coin worth over six figures keeps interest alive. The 1974 D U.S. Washington quarter dollar error coin stands as a powerful reminder that rarity often hides in plain sight. In a year of mass production, a handful of extraordinary mistakes emerged, quietly entering circulation and waiting to be discovered. For those fortunate enough to encounter one, the reward is not just financial. It's the thrill of uncovering a piece of American minting history that few ever expected to exist. The 2024 P.U.S. Patsy Takemoto Mink American Women Quarter Dollar represents a modern chapter in American coinage, yet it has already carved out a surprising and powerful presence in the world of error coin collecting. Released as part of the American Women Quarters program, this coin was designed to honor Patsy Takemoto Mink, a trailblazing leader, legislator, and advocate whose legacy reshaped American history. While millions of these quarters were intended to circulate as everyday change, a very small number left the Philadelphia Mint carrying unexpected and highly valuable errors that have since drawn intense attention from collectors. Unlike older coins whose rarity developed over decades, the story of the 2024 P. Patsy Takemoto Mink quarter error coins unfolded almost immediately. Collectors who carefully examined new releases quickly began reporting unusual characteristics, irregular strikes, alignment issues, and metal anomalies that should never have passed quality control. These errors were not merely cosmetic flaws. They were minting mistakes significant enough to elevate certain coins into a completely different category of value. One of the most discussed errors found on this coin involves off-center strikes. In these cases, the planchet was not seated correctly when struck, causing part of the design to be shifted toward one side. Some examples show portions of the date or inscription missing entirely, while others reveal dramatic blank areas alongside sharply struck details. Off-center errors that retain a visible date are especially desirable, and mint state examples have already achieved impressive valuations. Verified off-center 2024 P. Patsy Takemoto mint quarters have been linked to prices climbing well above $40,600, with higher-end specimens pushing deeper into five figures. Another highly prized error category includes broad strike errors, where the coin is struck without the restraining collar. This allows the metal to spread outward, producing a wider, flatter coin with distorted lettering. On a modern quarter with detailed artwork like the Patsy Takemoto mint design, broad strikes can dramatically alter facial features, text spacing, and overall appearance. Collectors value these coins for their visual impact, and examples in pristine condition have been known to attract bids approaching $70,000 or more. Perhaps even more intriguing are reports of die break and retained cud errors. These occur when a die develops cracks or breaks during use, transferring raised, blob-like shapes onto the coin's surface. On the 2024 P. Patsy Takemoto mint quarter, some die breaks appear near the rim or across key design elements, creating unmistakable raised distortions. When such errors are large, clearly defined, and professionally graded, they can command premium prices, especially among collectors who specialize in modern U.S. mint errors. Double strike errors have also surfaced among this issue. These coins were struck more than once, often with a slight rotation or offset between strikes. The result is a layered or ghosted appearance, where design elements overlap in unnatural ways. On a quarter with strong symbolic imagery, this effect can be dramatic and visually compelling. Certified double strike examples from the 2024 P issue have already generated strong interest, with some approaching the upper valuation range when condition and clarity align perfectly. One of the rarest and most valuable categories involves wrong planchet errors. In these cases, the quarter was struck on a planchet intended for a different denomination or even a foreign coin. Weight discrepancies, unusual coloration, and incorrect thickness are often the first clues. Once authenticated, wrong planchet errors instantly become elite collectibles. Confirmed examples tied to the 2024 P. Patsy Takemoto mint quarter have the potential to reach prices as high as $112,650, placing them among the most valuable modern era quarters ever discovered. Condition remains a defining factor in value. Coins graded in mint state, especially those with minimal surface marks and strong luster, consistently outperform circulated examples. Professional grading not only validates authenticity but also establishes confidence in the marketplace. For a coin this new, certification is essential, as it separates legitimate mint errors from post-mint damage or manufacturing defects unrelated to the striking process. What makes the 2024 P. Patsy Takemoto mint quarter error coins especially fascinating is how quickly they transitioned from everyday change to high-value collectibles. Many were discovered within months of release, sometimes pulled directly from bankrolls or mint-sealed boxes. This immediacy has added excitement to modern coin collecting, proving that rarity and value are not limited to centuries-old pieces. The broader significance of this coin also plays a role in its desirability. As part of the American Women Quarters program, the Patsy Takemoto mint quarter carries historical and cultural weight. When that significance is combined with a dramatic mint error, the result is a coin that appeals not only to error specialists but also to thematic collectors and investors alike. Auction results and private sales continue to set benchmarks for this issue. While entry-level errors may begin around $40,600, exceptional examples, especially wrong planchet or dramatic multi-error coins, have pushed toward $112,650. These figures reflect both rarity and demand, as collectors race to secure standout pieces from one of the most talked-about modern U.S. quarter releases. The story of the 2024 P. Patsy Takemoto mint American Women Quarter Error coin is a reminder that even in the age of advanced minting technology, mistakes still happen. When they do, they create moments of opportunity, discovery, and lasting value. Somewhere in circulation or tucked away in a fresh roll, another error example may still exist, waiting to be recognized. In a hobby often dominated by history, the 2024 P. Patsy Takemoto mint quarter proves that the present can be just as thrilling. With documented values ranging from $40,600 to $112,650. These error coins stand as powerful evidence that modern American coinage can still deliver surprises worthy of serious attention and serious money.